integral challenge, we'll look at this integral. So the answer is shown on your right hand side in yellow pen. So let's start off by really looking at this integral again. So the numerator, this is 2e to the x multiplied by e to the x minus e to the x divided by the square root of e to the 2x can be written as e to the x squared minus 6e to the x minus 1 and then dx. This, you can factorize e to the x in the numerator, so we have 2e to the x minus 1. Then you factorize e to the x out here, and then dx divided by the square root of e to the x. This is squared minus 6e to the x minus 1. Now let's do a u sub. So our first substitution, we are going to let u to be equal to e to the x. When we do that, du is going to be e to the x dx. The differential of e to the x is e to the x. I'm going to replace this one with du. And now let's take the integral into the u world. I'm just going to continue from here. Have I to be equal to the integral of 2u minus 1 and then du. That is, this one is 2u minus 1 du, right? Divided by the square root of 3u squared minus 6u minus 1. So this is what we have. This is u squared, 6u, and then minus 1. Cool stuff. And now let's look at this one again. I'm going to switch colors. Let's look at the 3u squared minus 6u minus 1 without the square root. Well, let's factorize 3 out of the first term and the second term. We have u squared minus what? 2u, right? Minus 1. Right, so we have 3. What is inside the parentheses? I am going to add 1 and then subtract 1 again. The net effect is 0 and then minus 1. And when you look at the first 3 terms here, this one can be written as what? 3. This one can be written as u minus 1 all squared. That is the first 3 terms here. And then minus 1 and then minus 1 outside. When we do that, we have 3 multiplied by u minus 1 all squared minus 3 minus 1. So this is 3 u minus 1 all squared minus 4. So I'm going to replace our denominator and the one in the square root in the denominator, 2u minus 1 du. I'm going to replace that with this guy that we found here. So that is going to be 3 u minus 1 squared minus 4. Alright, simple. Now let's do another substitution. There are a lot of substitution in this integral. So we are going to let u to be equal to, let another variable k to be equal to u minus 1. When that happens, that will be equal to u is going to be equal to k plus 1, right? So that means du is going to be equal to dk. So I'm just going to replace du with dk. And now let's take the integral into the k world. I is going to be equal to the integral of 2u minus 1. So 2 and u is k plus 1 minus 1 divided by the square root of 3. This is k, right? So we have 3k squared minus 4 and du is the same as dk. Cool beans. This is the integral. 2k plus 2 minus 1 is the same as 2k plus 1 divided by the square root of 3k squared minus 4 and then dk. Now let's split this integral into 2 different integrals. We have the integral of 2k divided by the square root of 3k squared minus 4 dk plus the integral of 1 all over the square root of 3k squared minus 4 dk. So the first one, I'm going to multiply 3 to the numerator and divide the integral by 3 to nullify the effect. This is now going to be 6k divided by the square root of 3k squared minus 4 dk plus the integral of 1 all over the square root of 3k squared minus 4 dk. Nothing changes in the second one. So now let's call this one integral I1 and then integral I2, right? Now let's switch colors. I1 is going to be equal to 1/3 the integral of 6k divided by the square root of 3k squared minus 4 dk. Let's do another substitution here. I'm running out of variables. I'm going to let's say another variable v to be equal to 3k squared minus 4. When we do that, the v is going to be 6k dk. So it means in place of 6k decay, I'm going to replace that with dv, and then I1 is going to be equal to 1/3 the integral of dv divided by the square root of v. This is 1/3 the integral of v to the power negative half dv. And now integrating, this is going to be v raised to the power negative 1/2. Add 1 to the power and divide by the new power. And now this is going to be 1/3 v raised to the power half all over half. And the reciprocal of 1/2 is 2. So that is times 2 and then v raised to the power half. So the integral I1 is going to be equal to 2 over 3 v raised to the power half. But what is v? V is the same as 3k squared minus 4. So this is 2 over 3k squared minus 4. And this is raised to the power 1/2. But what is k in terms of u? K is the same as u minus 1. So we just replace that with u minus 1. I1 is going to be 2 over 3 and then 3k squared. K is u minus 1 squared minus 4. This one raised to the power 1/2. And this is 2 over 3. You have 3. Foiling, this is going to be u squared minus 2u plus 1. And then minus 4. This one raised to the power 1/2. I1 is going to be equal to 2 over 3 outside, and then multiplying in, we have 3u squared minus 6u plus 3 minus 4 is going to be minus 1. This one raised to the power 1/2. But what is u in terms of x? U in terms of x, the first substitution, u is going to be equal to e to the x. So we just replace u with e to the x and we wrap up integral I1. I1 is going to be 2 over 3 and then 3 to the x squared is going to be e to the 2x minus 6e to the x minus 1. This one raised to the power 1/2. So integral I1 is going to be 2. This one is the square root of 3e to the 2x minus 6e to the x minus 1 all over 3. This is the value of integral I1. Now let's switch colors and look at the integral I2. I2 is going to be the integral of 1 divided by, forgotten what that is, this is I2. 1 divided by the square root of 3 squared minus 4 square root of 3k squared minus 4 and then decay. Here we are going to do a tricks up. I am going to let k to be equal to the square 2 over the square root of 3 times the secant of theta. This is the substitution that we are going to use, and then decay is going to be equal to 2 over the square root of 3 is a constant, and then we have the secant of theta, the tangent of theta, d theta. That is the differential of the secant of theta. So I2 is going to be the integral of 1 divided by the square root of 3 times k squared. K is this, so squaring that is going to be, so the square of this is going to be 4 all over 3 and then secant square of theta minus 4 times decay. Decay is 2 over the square root of 3 secant of theta tangent of theta and then d theta. I2 is going to be equal to the integral 2 over the square root of 3 is a constant, and then we have 1 divided by the square root of, so this 3 is going to cancel this 3, right? And now we are left with 4 secant square of theta minus 4 and then times secant of theta tangent of theta d theta. I2 is going to be equal to 2 over the square root of 3, the integral of 1 all over. This one we can factorize 4 out, and then that becomes the square root of 4 multiplied by the square root of secant square of theta minus 1. And then we have the secant of theta times the tangent of theta d theta. We know from the Pythagorean identities that the secant square of theta minus 1 is the same as the tangent square of theta. So we just replace what is inside the square root at the denominator with the tangent square of theta. So this is 1 all over square root of 4 is 2 multiplied by the square root of the tangent square of theta, because this one is the tangent square of theta, right, times the secant of theta, tangent of theta, the theta. So 2 is a constant, it comes out and it cancels the 2 on top here. We have 1 over the square root of 3, and then the integral of this is now tangent of theta, which will cancel this tangent of theta. So in the end, we are just integrating secant of theta d theta. And the integral of secant of theta, we have been doing this. The integral of secant of theta is the same as the natural logarithm of the absolute value of the secant of theta plus the tangent of theta. This is the integral of the secant of theta d theta. So this is the value of integral I2 in the theta world. So we have to move back into the k world first. So to move back into the k world, we have to use the substitution that k is equal to 2 over the square root of 3 secant of theta. So we have 2 over the square root of 3. So we are recalling the substitution secant of theta to be equal to k, right? So this one, what this means is that secant of theta is the same as the square root of 3 times k all over 2, right? So this is what we have from the substitution. Now we have to find tangent of theta in terms of k, because we already have secant of theta in terms of k. So to find tangent of theta in terms of k, what I can do here is that I'm going to square both sides of this. Squaring both sides is going to be the secant square of theta to be equal to, squaring this one is 3 over 4 k squared. So when I do that, then what I can do is to like add 1 to the right hand side. If I add 1 to the right hand side, I'll have to, I'm sorry, not adding 1, so I have to subtract 1 from both sides. So subtracting 1 from both sides, I have to also subtract 1 in the left hand side to maintain equality, right? So what this means is that we have 3k squared all over 4 minus 1. This is the same as the secant square of theta minus 1. And from the Pythagorean identities, again, the secant square of theta minus 1 is the same as the tangent square of theta. Yeah, so the tangent square of theta, I'm going to replace this one with the tangent square of theta, and then this is the same as 3k squared minus 4 all over 4. And now if I want to get tangent of theta, I can take the square root on both sides. When I take the square root on both sides, I have the tangent of theta to be equal to the square root of 3k squared minus 4 divided by the square root of 4 is 2. So this is secant of theta in terms of k, and this is the tangent of theta in terms of k. And now we can take our integral I2 into the k world, right? So I2 here is going to be equal to 1 over the square root of 3, the ln of secant of theta, which is the square root of 3k over 2, that is this one, plus tangent of theta. Tangent of theta is this guy, the square root of 3k squared minus 4, square root of 3k squared minus 4 all over 2, like this. So I2 is going to be equal to 1 over the square root of 3. I'm rewriting it again, and then we have the ln of square root of 3k over 2, square root of 3k over 2 plus the square root of 3k squared minus 4 all over 2. So all this one is going to be divided by 2, right? So I'm going to clean this one. And all this one is going to be divided by 2 because I have the same denominator. So this is the value of I2 in terms of k. Now with k, we have to move back into the u world, right? We know that u is equals to, from here, so we know that k is going to be equal to u minus 1. So we just replace k with u minus 1, right? So I2 is going to be equal to 1 over the square root of 3, and then the ln of the square root of 3 times k is u minus 1 plus the square root of 3k squared, and k is u minus 1 squared minus 4. All this one divided by 2. But what is u in terms of x? That's our first substitution. U in terms of x, u is just e to the x, right? So that is u is e to the x. We just replace u with e to the x, and that will be the value of I2 in terms of x. So I2 is going to be 1 over the square root of 3, the ln of the absolute value of square root of 3, e to the x minus 1, plus the square root of this one can be written as 3 e to the x minus 1 squared minus 4, like this, divided by 2. I2 is 1 all over the square root of 3, the ln of the square root of 3 multiplied by e to the x minus 1, and then plus this can be written as the square root of, this is 3 e to the 2x, and then minus 6 e to the x, and then minus 3 3 times 1 minus 4, and that is going to be minus 1. That is this one here. If you simplify it, you're going to get 3 e to the 2x minus 6 e to the x minus 1. All this one divided by 2. Now we can do some laws of logarithm. 1 all over the square root of 3. So this one, I can rationalize this one as the square root of 3 over 3. That is rationalizing the radical. So the ln of the square root of 3 multiplied by e to the x minus 1 plus the square root of 3 e to the 2x minus 6 e to the x minus 1. This one, and then minus the ln of 2. That is using the laws of logarithm, all multiplied by square root of 3 over 3. So square root of 3 over 3, and then the ln of the absolute value of square root of 3 multiplied by e to the x minus 1 plus the square root of 3 e to the 2x minus 6 e to the x minus 1, like this, and then minus the square root of 3 over 3 ln of 2. This one is a constant. So this is the value of I2 in terms of x. And now we can now wrap up our integral. I is the same as I1 plus I2, right? So when we go back, I1, this is I1. So 2 over 3 multiplied by this guy, as in yellow pen. So I is going to be equal to 2, the square root of 3 e to the 2x minus 6 e to the x minus 1 all over 3 plus I2, and this is I2. I2 is the square root of 3 multiplied by the ln of this absolute value of the square root of 3 multiplied by e to the x minus 1 plus the square root of 3 e to the 2x minus 6 e to the x minus 1, like this, all over 3, and then minus the square root of 3 over 3 ln of 2. This one, then you add the constant of integration, right? So these ones can be classified into another constant. So now let's finish off this video. This is 3 e to the 2x minus 6 e to the x minus 1 divided by 3 plus the square root of 3, the ln of the absolute value of the square root of 3 multiplied by e to the x minus 1 plus the square root of 3 e to the 2x minus 6 e to the x minus 1 divided by 3, and then plus one constant. So this one can be classified into another constant. Yeah, so this one is the answer to our beautiful integral, and this one conforms with the answer I gave in the beginning of the video. So when we go to the top, we see that the answer I got down there is the same as the answer I provided in the beginning of the video. So this is how to solve this kind of integrals. If there is an easier way to solve this integral, please leave a comment in the comment section and let me know what you think. And I thank you so much for watching this video. If you really enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to Calculus Diaries for more engaging tutorials on integrals. I thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.